Yeah, when you think of Gordon Gee, you probably think about those signature specs and that snazzy bow tie. But behind that bow tie is a man who is dedicated to making WVU and our state the best it can be. Yeah, Nate, I don't want to say the inventors of the selfie stick invented it just for Gordon Gee, but it wouldn't be surprising. Taking countless selfies with students is just one way Gee connects with his Mountaineers. But he does much more than just that. Yeah, Nate, along with my trusty Clark Kent glasses, I found out who some of the Supergirls are in your lives. From wives to daughters, many were happy to give a shout out to the ones they love. Take a look. Well, maybe you've seen one of my little friends here. It's a cicada, and it seems like they're popping up everywhere. Well, once New Year's Day is over, most people were taking down their holiday decorations, but for one family, they decided to leave it up for a very special reason. The sports will stay the same: basketball, baseball, soccer, and of course football. But what's going to change are the classifications.
So this is part one of your conversation with Mr. Gee. Can you give us a bit of a preview what we can expect next Wednesday when you have your second and concluding part of this?
Yeah, this first one was kind of more the business side of things. So this time we're going to look at his unique approach to connecting with students on campus. I'm an alum of WVU, and I experienced it firsthand before I graduated, and it's really a unique approach, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from another school, and I don't remember my school president or chancellor having that close of a relationship with students on campus. Like whenever I would see mine, or if he'd be out and students would see him, he wouldn't really say anything to them. With WVU, it seems to be a very different situation.
Yeah, I've got a student who's going to share one of his Gee stories with us, and it's pretty good.
All right.
It's pretty good.
And very nice tie, Mr. Petrovich.
Thank you
very much. We look forward to part two.
I would really be untrue to myself if I didn't say, I love selfies!
And the students seem to love your selfies, President Gee. West Virginia's president has a unique approach when it comes to interacting with WVU students. I mean, did you ever think the president of the university would show up at your toga party? The man is just about everywhere and probably has a selfie to prove it. But it's not just a selfie or a hug or even a handshake here and there. No, Gee has pulled out all the stops, and this student's story proves that.
What happened was I was in a marketing club last year, and we were supposed to be marketing the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra concert here on campus. And we were slacking, like we hadn't done much. And on a whim, I emailed President Gee and asked him to tweet for our concert. I was like, is there any chance he would do that? And he responded back from his personal email, and he said, of course, just tell me what I need to put out there. And he promoted the concert, and then his assistant emailed me and said, hey, he thought that was great. Do you and your roommate want to watch the concert with him? He took us to the concert, and then after the concert, he took us out on the town, and we were walking down to our dorm room because he wanted to see our dorm room. And whenever we walked in, there were some girls about to go out on the town, and he looked at me, and he leans over to me, and he says, let me be your wingman tonight.
But why does he do it? Why should the big man on campus, the university president, be out in the thick of the college party environment? And isn't 1 in the morning a little past someone like Gee's bedtime?
I get asked that every once in a while because people kind of think that's crazy, for someone my age to be doing something like that. For any university president, some people say it's even undignified. I believe it's quite the contrary. This university exists for its students. And if they know the university president and have confidence that I understand what they're about, they're going to have confidence in the institution and confidence in the decisions we're making, because we're making a lot of decisions.
And he's going to continue to go out and paint the town red, or rather old gold and blue, whenever he can.
I try to do whenever I possibly can, but generally either every Friday or every Saturday night I'm out on what I call a student night.
Gee will surely keep the selfies going, but he'll also aim to keep WVU at the top of its game. 4-5 News, I'm Ryan Petrovich.
Ryan Petrovich joins us with more on this act of kindness. Ryan?
Yeah, guys, the Cruz family is known for being very involved with caring for animals. They own several dogs, cats, and even horses. But when one of their dogs was shot, they couldn't afford to save his life. But that's when someone stepped up to the plate and helped out.
Here, let me help you.
Visibly wrapped in Band-Aids and missing a front leg, but still breathing, still active. That's Johnson, a beagle belonging to a family that has an abundance of love for animals. But Johnson didn't always look like this. This all happened as a result of an apparent hunting incident. Johnson is considered a hunting dog, and last week after he was let out to go to the bathroom, he returned home a bloody mess.
We let him out to go to the bathroom. He wasn't even gone an hour, and he came back and he was just blood everywhere. We rushed him over to Audubon, to the emergency hospital, and they told us after x-rays that he had been shot.
Cruz only had enough money to stabilize Johnson. She didn't have enough for the surgery, and it looked as though Johnson would need to be put down. So she reached out to a friend who helps save and care for animals. She put on Facebook that Johnson needed help. To Cruz's surprise, someone found the post and paid for Johnson's surgery. That person was Sarah Christensen, a complete stranger.
It just kind of broke my heart that here's this woman who, she's done all these services for the community, helping out. She was running out to spay and neuter programs and contributing a lot of time. And she has a couple of rescues that have been ill and has been using a lot of her own money for that, and then she couldn't care for her own animal, her own personal animal. I'm just a firm believer in just, trying to pay things forward and making contributions where we can.
I mean, I was just in shock and awe. Number one, she's getting ready to be deployed, and she pays this money for this dog she didn't even know to be fixed. At the same time, she's leaving to fight for our country and for my freedoms.
Cruz wanted to make sure that people who hunt know shooting a dog in the wild is illegal, and she hopes this never happens to anyone else.
It is not legal for them to shoot a dog. So I do pray that it doesn't happen to any of my other neighbors or their dogs.
I also reached out to the Taylor County Sheriff's Department, and they told me it is illegal to shoot a dog in the woods while hunting, regardless of if it's chasing an animal or not. For 5 News, I'm Ryan Petrovich.